Meeting tomorrow for the first time since the Democrats returned to the state, but they're not happy with the rules Republicans have set in place for them to keep them from leaving again.
Yeah, they have to be monitored 24/7 by DPS trooper, and if they choose to leave the Capitol building, well, they must sign a permission slip. But Texas Democrats not going down without a fight this afternoon as a sign of solidarity. Several of them ripping their permission slips, saying their rights will not be trampled on. The Democrats there say they will continue to fight against redistricting.
One lawmaker going to extremes, refusing to comply with the order. Fort Worth Democrat Nicole Collier even spent all night in the House chamber, sleeping at times. It's now been 30 hours since Collier has been locked inside the House chamber. Yami Virgin has been following the Democrats' efforts to stop a Republican redistricting map they say is designed to dilute the voice of Texas minorities. Yami, you're live now outside the doors of the House where Collier remains locked in.
Good afternoon, San Antonio. That's right. Right behind these doors is State Representative Nicole Collier. She was up in Chicago with the rest of the Democrats who were breaking quorum for about 2 weeks. Yesterday, when they came back, they went in the doors, but she refused to sign that permission slip. So she's still in there. Outside, we still have demonstrators that have been chanting throughout the day. Numerous representatives have been coming in and out, as you just saw in that video, and some of them, as you saw, ripped those permission slips. Others have stayed inside. Some say they will stay there with her until they reconvene tomorrow. Now, last night, several women who were here supporting Collier were arrested when troopers told them it was time to go home after the Senate finished with their meetings around 10 o'clock. We spoke to Representative Collier earlier via Zoom, since she's not allowed to come out and speak with us, and to one of the supporters who was arrested last night for criminal trespass.
At that moment, I disagree. I felt like it was wrong to require more adults to sign a permission slip to move around freely. And so I refused to sign the permission slip. And as a result, I'm confined here on the House floor until the House reconvenes. You know, I just know what I feel, and I feel that this is wrong. You know, people will, I hope they will see through and see what this really is. It's a control mechanism, a tactic used to intimidate people, a fear tactic, but we've got to continue to stand. But again, this is what people do in authoritarian regimes.
Once we realized that was happening, I just wanted to stay and be supportive, really. It just seemed like the right thing to do. And really, it's criminal that that's the people's house. And, you know, our tax dollars pay for that Capitol. We pay for that place to be there, and we pay to have a voice. And our voice is being erased in this state with the redistricting of the maps.
Now, still inside the chamber floor with Collier is the chair of the Democrat State Representative Jean Wu of Houston and State Representative Perez of El Paso. Also, not only the Democrats, Republican Chairman Representative Guerin came by to bring the representative a blanket and food last night. Now, tonight at 10 o'clock, I'll have more of that interview with Representative Collier, and also the request that her 3 daughters made of her to make sure that their mom is okay in there until tomorrow at 10. Reporting from the Austin State House, I'm Yami Virgin, News 4 San Antonio.
Yami, before we let you go, we remember all last week there were talks about these arrest warrants being issued for some of these Democrats who were not there. They have returned, from what we could tell. They haven't been taken into custody. Can you tell us why that's the case?
All right. So as long as they signed those permission slips, they could leave. And we had video yesterday. We showed you Diego Bernal of San Antonio leaving with his own state trooper. They all will have one. Now, not all of the people in that Bexar County delegation came through these doors. There are still 3 representatives from San Antonio who did not show up yesterday. State Representative Elizabeth Campos, State Representative Trey Martinez Fisher, and also State Representative Josie Garcia. We're hearing that they may show up tomorrow, and we are not sure what will happen then.
Do you have anything that you've heard about what the Democrats are planning to do to push back on the redrawn congressional maps now that all of this is happening?
As far as many of them are concerned, they still have legal avenues that they can take, and they are hoping that something will change once they take these maps back to court. In the meantime, we have State Representative Collier in there, and she says she will not sign this, that they're being treated like children and they are elected officials.
All right, Yami, thank you for this hands-on look for us out in Austin. And right now on our website, we're asking whether you think DPS troopers should be following Texas representatives around and preventing them from leaving the state again to prevent a quorum. Right now, most of you are split 50-50, yes and no. You can scan the QR code to weigh in.